Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we're taking a look at this really cool and different knife from CJRB. This is the Silax, or Silax. I don't know. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Maybe I should look that up before I start recording. Whatever. So this is a fixed blade knife by CJRB, designed by Dylan Mallery. It's CJRB's very first fixed blade, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. So let's get right into this. I'm going to start off with a blade length measurement. You can see here we're coming in at 5 inches on the dot. Awesome. Awesome. The blade shape, I would say, is a sheep's foot. I'd say this is a modified sheep's foot. Let's get our size comparisons out here. I don't think I'll do very many. Here it is against the Rat 1 and 2. So, not a huge fixed blade, but, you know, it's a good-sized knife. And let's compare it against some CJRBs, because this is pretty different for CJRB. So, here's a Scoria, knife that I really like, and I think I've got a feldspar in my pocket. I do have a feldspar in my pocket. Yeah. And there's a feldspar. So, awesome. And I guess for our last comparison, we'll compare against one of my favorite budget fixed blades, the Cold Steel Srk. There you go. So what are we looking at here in terms of materials? Well, we have G10 scales, really cool. With they can be removed, which is nice to see. And we have a blade of AR RPM 9. Focus. I think that was a great choice here. You can see Dylan Mallery's maker mark. Usually he names his designs after prehistoric animals. Silax. I've been trying to think if I recognize that from anywhere, but I don't. If Dylan sees this video, let me know in the comments below what you name this after. Anyways, without any further ado, let's go ahead and go show some cutting. Alright guys, let's talk about the CJRB Silax, or Silax, or whatever you want to call it, designed by Dylan Mallery. This is a very interesting knife, and there's a lot to be said here. So, first of all, let's just take a look at it. It looks very kitchen knifey. It kind of almost looks like a Santoku knife. The blade shape, I wouldn't call it a drop point. I wouldn't call it a Wharncliffe. I think the best way to describe this blade shape is a modified sheep's foot. Very good utility cuts. As you can see here from the Ergonomics, great for food prep, stuff like that. However, I think this knife fits more in the category of generalist utility fixed blade. Fantastic at food prep. Great in the kitchen as a utility knife. But there's a lot more roles it fills. That blade itself is about 5.5 inches of AR RPM 9 steel with a flat grind. Love that steel, especially if you're going to be using this in a kitchen. I think AR RPM 9 is a great steel to go with it. Stainless, it holds an edge really well, and it's honestly really nice to sharpen in my experience. So, let's go ahead and talk about the ergonomics. So the handle is G10, very nice G10, I might add. It is a full tang knife, contoured slightly, but it's still a pretty thin knife. It's comfortable though. It's very comfortable in your hand. I feel like I have a lot of control. I can get to that tip, can get into some pushes, I can get to some chopping cuts. Very nice ergonomics. One thing I thought at first was that I might want some jimping up here. However, if you're using this as a food prep knife, you might not want jimping because, you know, food will get caught in there and, you know, get all nasty. But the spine is nicely knocked over. It's not completely crowned, but it's very nice. So it's comfortable on your finger, and I don't really think it did need the jimping. The handle has got plenty of room for a bunch of different sized hands. Very nice. You might want to be careful so that you don't get that edge right there, but I think you'll be okay. How's the carry? So it comes with this Kydex sheath with this long string right out of the box. And the sheath itself is fine. Good retention. Doesn't wiggle around in there very much. In fact, not at all. So that's all nice. I just don't know why they gave us this little, it's not paracord, it's more like crusty old shoestring. Because this knife is just, oops, take my hat off. This is very large for a neck knife. The knife itself isn't super heavy, but I would not carry this neck style. Especially since this isn't a breakaway chain, and this is a big object, you know, flopping around. I guess it's not bad, but it's not what I'd prefer. The sheath itself, you can put a tech lock or other styles of attachments on here, which is nice. I have not yet, just because I want to show what you get out of the box. If I was going to be carrying this around outdoors, I would definitely put a tech lock on here. What I have been doing, really, is just sticking it in my pocket and going with like that and pulling it out, and you're ready to go. But, you know, definitely maybe a tech lock would be better. I'd actually probably carry this Scout style. Yeah, I think that'd be best. But yeah, so carry is not... Out of the box, it's not very good. The knife itself, though, is slim. It's not very heavy, so you'll be able to stash it away on a backpack, in a pack, on your belt fairly easily. So that's good. All right. Let's go ahead and get to some cutting, shall we? Finally. Okay, so let's start off with just some cardboard. Like I said, this knife would be a fantastic all-around utility knife. Cut these flaps off. That is a slicey guy. That's so slicey I lost control of the cut. Wow. There we go. Fixed it up. Okay, so yeah, good and slicey. Go ahead and do our rope pull. And get a little length of rope out here. Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice. Let's get down here. Let's see what we can do with that tip. All right, yeah, that went through pretty well, especially since we're not on a super hard surface here. This table has a lot of give to it, and cardboard does too, obviously. Let's see what happens if we do it right on the table. Yeah, very nice. You can really get a good push on there. So that is good. And let's finish up by cutting a pool noodle, just so we can see what that what that grind feels like. Get some nice thin, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, those are nice thin noodles. In fact, I bet I could go even thinner. Yep, that felt fantastic. It didn't catch, it didn't bind. Went through very, very easily. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and get to the table. Look at that beautiful knife. Obviously, I can't let this apple go to waste, so we'll just cut it up into smaller pieces and I'll go feed it to the goats. Very nice. Alright, so let's get into what I like and what I don't like about the CJRB Cutlery Silax. So, first of all, what do I like? I like the way this knife looks. This looks really, really cool. And I could definitely picture this in a folding version from Dylan Mallery. Definitely a good-looking knife. Next thing, the ergonomics are really good. The knife itself is pretty slender, but you do get a good grip. The scales are contoured. That's something CJRB is really good at. And yeah, you do get a good grip. There's plenty of room on this handle. I have kind of medium-sized hands, so I'm pretty sure even if you have big hands, this won't be an issue. Next, I love that this is different for CJRB. This is their very first fixed blade, and this is a different fixed blade in general. You don't see a whole lot out there like this, which brings me to the next thing I like, is using this knife. This is a great camping kitchen knife. If you're going camping and you need to bring a knife along for food prep, this would be a great knife for that. As you can see here, the edge is lower than my knuckle, so you can get down on surfaces really well. The way the blade is shaped allows you to do some rocking. Really, really fantastic. Nice and slicey. AR RPM 9 is a good stainless steel. So yeah, definitely really good. Something I heard, I think it was David C. Anderson at the Knife Center. He said that he thought this would be a great knife to take with you traveling in case you're staying in an Airbnb to use in the kitchen. And I think that's great as well. This flat grind comes down to a nice thin edge. But outside of food prep, this is also just a really good utility fixed blade. I mean, I could definitely see just keeping this around to have for all kinds of stuff. This would be great for destroying cardboard. This is great for basically any EDC task that you might have for a fixed blade. Fantastic blade shape, fantastic construction, great grind. Yeah, I don't find a whole lot wrong with this. It's very, very nicely done. Next thing, it's very nicely done. The fit and finish feels very good. Full tang construction. The scales are done very nicely. They feel very well done. They feel very well fitted to the tang of the knife. In hand, you can definitely feel that contouring. It's just very, very good. Big fan of that. And I like the sheath. Next thing, I do like the sheath. It is Kydex. Snaps in there pretty good. And comes out pretty good. Not a whole lot of wiggle or anything, so that's awesome. Great sheath. We'll come back to the sheath, but yeah, pretty cool. And honestly, I think that's about it. Let's talk about the price real quick, because I think the price is really good, actually. These go for about $55 to $60. Yes. Yes. All day long. That is a huge yes. I think that's fantastic. Absolutely wonderful price. So, what do I not like about this knife? Honestly, there's only one thing that I don't like. Out of the box, this is set up for neck carry. A 5-inch blade set up for neck carry. No. If you're just tossing this in a pack, or if you're leaving it on your kitchen counter, it's not going to matter too much. But if you're actually wanting to carry this around with you, they do give you holes here that you can attach different belt attachments to. But honestly, I wish they'd have sent something in the box, because this is not a neck knife. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, CJRB. This is not a neck knife. And honestly, this here is... It's my only real issue with this knife. But it's a big one. I do wish that it came with other options for carry out of the box. And CJRB is coming out with another fixed blade. It's more of a bushcraft looking fixed blade. In fact, I believe it's designed by Joe Flowers. And if it comes set up only for neck carry, I'm going to riot. I really will, because, yeah, no. But yeah, let's get on to my final conclusions. And the final conclusions are,
holy cow, this is just a really great knife. I did not have anything to complain about, really. This is just a great tool. I think it could serve a lot of different purposes. In your kitchen, out and around your house, EDC, outdoor camp knife. I think this is a fantastic fixed blade, and I hope we see a lot more fixed blades coming from CJRB. I cannot wait to get my hands on their new one. That'll be coming out whenever it does. But this one here, yeah, this is great. I think I'm going to get myself one with the tan scales and dye it blue. I think that'd be really cool because I love blue. But yeah, this is just very well built knife. Oh, I guess one thing I could talk about that might be negative is this point here. You don't want to run your finger up on there, but honestly, I never found that to be a real issue. And if you're really careful, it's fine. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave this. This is just a fantastic fixed blade. I can highly recommend this 100%. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, comment below, and subscribe. I've been Gideon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.